This game is too hard for me. But I'm awesome. I can't suck at a game. It must be the game's fault, of course, because I'm a fucking genius and I'm a god. Oh.
Guys, this is the problem I have with a lot of IGN rants or commentaries. For most of these videos that I come across, the person who is speaking usually sounds like, well...
Every match stops being fun long before it's over.
Wait, what? No, it doesn't. Okay, that statement is just an opinion. The fact that you say that every match stops being fun long before it's over, like that's an opinion. Like, for me, the games never get boring, but apparently for you, they do. So, yeah. The fact that you said that was stupid considering, that's an opinion, that's not a fact.
A reviewer giving their honest opinion about something? That sounds like they're doing their job.
It hates the Wii, it hates the DS, even hates the 3DS, which only came out in a few months. They started playing and say, oh yeah, this is good, but it only took a few months until they wrote tons of bad stuff saying, oh, it's bad now, and that it's like it doesn't have any good games, or we just get tired of it, and that really makes me sad.
So it's not okay for IGN to have problems with the 3DS after release date, yet it's totally okay for you to hate on the PS Vita before it gets released. You mind explaining that one to me, please? Now, if I recall correctly, IGN has had a long history of hating the newer Sonic games and never gives them any sort of fair judgment. And you know what they say, you can't spell ignorance without IGN. I'm so clever. Yeah, IGN has had a long history hating on the newer Sonic games, which is why they gave Sonic 4 Episode 1 an 8, Sonic Free Riders a 7.5, Sonic Colors an 8.5 for both the Wii and DS.
So, for game reviewers, listen to Angry Joe, Backamania, not IGN, fuck IGN. You can listen to me, because I'll start reviewing games too, if you want to. I'm gonna start reviewing games. I already did one, but I just can't really think of a game to review right now, so...
Yeah, instead of going to a professional review site, I'd rather listen to some kid who can barely talk in front of a web camera. See what I mean? Oh, and one more thing. So, Miller's upbeat introduction and use of alliteration is bad. But you doing this is totally okay. Just throwing that out there.
Just look at the game footage. That is the worst Lair performance I've ever seen in my entire life. It not only shows not only is he doing a game bad justice, but he has to be either deaf or stupid. Probably both.
Once again, that's not him playing. Also, how do you know he wasn't doing everything that he was told to do? Just because you do everything a game tells you to do doesn't mean that it will work the way it's supposed to.
Here's a clip from my Let's Play of Lair, and let me show you how to beat this part of the level.
That's some good camera recording the TV monitor Damn Dung quality you got there. I think I'll naturally skip this part of the video so that I won't get blind.
No, it's not rocket science. The game tells you to do that. You can't follow basic instructions like lock on to this enemy. I mean, Lord. Let's continue.
Toros, these bull-type creatures get dropped off, and there's rhinos running around, there's dragons in the air. There's hundreds of things going on, and I need to get these Toros off the bridge and get them to stop killing my men. I try to swoop in and get them, but I can't lock onto them. See, Lair uses an interesting lock-on system. You hold down on the D-pad and the screen goes black and white and enemies appear up in red. This lets you pull your adversaries out of the crowd, but the problem is you still have to lock on to those individual ones.
Well, it's apparent he really doesn't know how to lock on.
He just said that pressing down on the D-pad is how to lock on to enemies. You know, for a guy with a lot of books, you sure aren't the brightest bulb in the bunch.
Hey, buddy, there's something called... Instruction manual! It helps you to know how to play the damn game. Like, right here. Yeah, here's a whole paragraph talking about the lock-on controls.
I think it's apparent that I really don't like this condescending attitude you're portraying. At least with Greg Miller, whether you agree with his review or not, he actually sounds disappointed in how the game plays because he happens to like the other parts a lot. You, on the other hand, just seem spiteful for Greg Miller giving a negative review of a game you like.
So you'll be coming in, see the Toro you need to get off there so he'll stop killing your men, and as you hit the lock-on button, the game isn't looking at him, it's looking at a turret in the upper right corner. So, you miss the Toro, swing up to this turret, and your men get killed.
Also, you could have just taken the developer's suggestion and just done the freaking training level.
So he says that he has trouble aiming because the game is pointing at something else, and your response is that he didn't play the training level. How would you know that?
Not only that, the game shows you. It shows you how to do this stuff in-game, over and over again. You just point your dragon at an enemy, hold L1 or R1, or both, you lock on. It's a miracle.
You said it yourself, it takes some time to get used to the controls. And once again, maybe some time isn't enough time for him to review the game.
Another IGN editor who was watching me play said, "Motion is what gets this game. It would look great if it would just be still." Sadly, video games aren't still, so there's something wrong with how this game looks in motion, and that's a sad, sad fate.
Well, it looks like you and your friend at IGN are both incredibly retarded. Let's just put that statement to any other game.
Another IGN editor who was watching me play said, "Motion is what gets this game. It would look great if it would just be still." Sadly, video games aren't still, so there's something wrong with how this game looks in motion, and that's a sad, sad fate. Motion is what gets this game. It would look great if it would just be still. Sadly, video games aren't still, so there's something wrong with how this game looks in motion, and that's a sad, sad fate. Motion is what gets this game. It would look great if it would just be still.
See? It's fucking stupid.
Yep, yeah. I agree. Yeah, that is a stupid thing for him to say. So yeah, for this part, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry, except for just one little detail, and that detail is what we like to call context.
Oftentimes you'll be flying around a level and things will start popping in the distance, or things will start getting choppy and blocky. Another IGN editor who was watching me play said, "Motion is what gets this game. It would look great if it would just be still." Sadly, video games aren't still, so there's something wrong with how this game looks in motion, and that's a sad, sad fate.
He was saying that the game looks choppy and blocky when things are moving about, and since this game relies on a lot of motion, is a pretty bad thing. You know, this tells me either one of two things. Either you weren't paying attention, which is the most likely case, or you purposely removed that part of the clip to make it so that his statement wouldn't make any sense at all, which means that you are essentially lying to us. So which one is it?
For the full written review, check out IGN.com.
No words can describe the awe and experience when I hear you dickheads over there get paid.
Oh, aren't you just full of gumdrops and rainbows? Well, I guess we all learned a valuable lesson today.
But guys, I like you.
Bye. But talking about a video game review that was almost 4 years old at the time of your recording is a pretty... Fuck you, Adam!